You know, we always say help is on the way, but help don't get here.
Listen, this is not government. This is religion here.
Lord have mercy.
This building is a piece of garbage.
Ain't nobody happy just to be in here. We in here trying to do work.
It ain't right, it ain't right.
I don't see this moving Alabama forward.
As Rick and Bobby say, if you ain't first, you're last. If it ain't
Fix. Boy.
Don't think we should
Break it.
break it down.
I'll break it with you.
How do we break it down even more?
Everybody's thinking they're doing the right thing. This is not the right thing to do.
I want this fixed today.
Hello, and welcome to If It Ain't Fixed, Don't Break It, a podcast about people, politics, and Alabama. I'm Zephyr Scalzetti.
I'm Faye Hobbes.
And together, we're going to tell y'all about our home state, Alabama.
Zeph, how long have you been here?
I've lived in Alabama for over a decade, basically my entire adult life, and I've been involved in advocacy and politics and activism for about 7 years now. Faye, you were born here, right?
I was born in the South, but I've been in Alabama since I was 2 years old, so to say that it is my home would be something of an understatement. I'm also fully the product of my hometown's public education system, so I expect this to be an enlightening process.
Yeah, it's a scary prospect. So why Alabama? Well, as they say, write what you know, and Alabama is what we know. And perhaps more frighteningly, Alabama is coming for the rest of y'all. And unfortunately, it's not coming with a side of white sauce.
You might wonder what impact a place that frequently shows up in the 40s of many rankings of the 50 states has on the nation and the world at large. But from our viewpoint,
we see executive orders and national laws copy-pasted from our state, politicians and people in power acting above the law. In other words, the rest of the United States is starting to look very, very familiar to the residents of the Yellowhammer State.
and if you want to understand American fascism and American authoritarianism, you need to understand Jim Crow. You need to grapple with the contradictions that come from a place that birthed the Confederacy and formed the heart of the Civil Rights Movement.
Above all, you need to understand that Alabamians are people, just like people everywhere. Well, maybe not just like people everywhere, because Alabama is the third blackest state. Maybe not quite like everywhere else, because the South as a region has more queer and trans people than any other place in the United States. The South is also the most ethnically diverse region in the United States. We are marginalized, we are suppressed, we are people. And I care deeply about people. We care deeply about people, about what is hurting them, what is helping them. We care about their pain and their joy and what happens to them. I'm not a historian, but I will be talking about history to contextualize what is happening in the present. I'm not a professionally trained journalist, but I will be doing some original reporting and interviewing.
So we hope you'll come along with us as we talk about the structures, the policies, and the people in charge who've made Alabama the way it is. The same people and structures that are doubling down on breaking Alabama instead of fixing it. And perhaps we'll find a way together to a better Alabama. And we'll be finding our way on our own because we are entirely supported by our listeners and will never run ads because fuck them corpos.
Please support us at Patreon, at patreon.com/itaintfixedpod. Just $5 a month gets you access to bonus episodes, a cool shout out in future episodes,
and the knowledge that you are helping fuel future research trips, interviews, equipment, and the meat meccas that we are constrained to on this mortal coil.
Also, rent. Rent is very important. Also, please rate, review, and share this podcast. Every little bit helps.